So I'm here, he's got my head, he's got an underhook, okay? Super bad news for me. This is a really bad position to end up in. But sometimes here, even though I'm in side control, sometimes I can make a little enough space here to get my knee in. I set my heel over, I drag into half guard. Now, if you guys remember last week, we talked about half guard. I talked about having this knee, having this foot inside as being advantageous for me. It was a little bit better than being here with my triangle. When I'm here with my triangle, I'm just kind of hanging on. I don't have a good leverage point. I don't really have a lot of tools to manipulate here. If I have this foot inside, I can use this to start stretching his leg out, to start making space here, which is useful if I'm totally wrapped up here. Okay, so we're starting this in this half guard position where I've got my foot on the mat, my outside legs over top, and I'm here. Okay, it's a pretty nice tool to have, especially if my upper body's getting shut down here. The reason this sucks up here is because I got a shoulder in my chin. He's flattening me out, so I can't really shrimp towards him because he's killing my head. And my underhook is he has the underhook, which means my shoulders are killed too. So I have a hard time going into him, and I have a hard time going away. He's kind of shut down both avenues. So I need to start thinking about going a different direction. So I'm going to think about going this way. So here, with this foot inside, okay, I'm just going to kind of keep my elbows in, try to keep him from attacking anything that I have. With my foot inside, I'm going to start to stretch his leg out. If he's kind of hiding his heel a little bit, and he's kind of doing that, I can kind of just push this free. Okay, so it's a good coordination to get used to doing. So a lot of times guys that are used to their half guard, they're going to hide that foot. This is why lockdown doesn't really work at the higher levels, because a lot of guys, they get used to hiding their foot right away. So if you get if you get this foot in, you should keep it, because that way you have that tool. If you're here and that foot's curled in, it's going to be a lot harder time if you start manipulating your opponent, because you can't really get to them to access it. We'll talk about that next. So I'm here. So if you ever stretch that foot out, I'm going to stomp on the heel to keep it in place. And from here, put my foot on the mat, a little bit of a hip movement, point my toes like I'm kicking a soccer ball, set my foot inside. So I go, circle it in. So now once I do this, I lock up here. Okay, we'll start doing this first, then we'll do the next move. So again, side control. Sorry if I'm talking funny, I'm a little ill, congested. So he's got this nice like underhook, make a little bit of space, get this knee in, put my hip, step this foot over top, I keep it. So now from here I can kind of stretch his foot out a little bit, I stomp on the ankle. If I need to, I push my foot in the mat, bridge out, point my toes like a ballerina or a soccer ball, kick, hook it. That's how you kick a soccer ball. I played soccer. I know
as a ballerina.
That's sport reference. Clamp up. The reason I clamp up here right away is another important habit to have. If I don't clamp up in this position, if I leave this, even though I have this awesome butterfly hook, Mike can just high step out. I'm not controlling his backward movement. I got to lock this. So now I have my hook pushing forward, my leg clamping down to keep this locked up. So get here and let's pause in this position. Okay? Just do that real quick. Do that for like